Hello, my name is Father Luiz, and I'm going to read to you chapter 93 from God Speaks to His Children, the ACN Child's Bible. 40 days had passed since Easter. During this time, the Lord appeared to his disciples. He told them, "Stay in Jerusalem and wait for the Helper whom the Father will send. John baptized with water in the Jordan. You will be baptized with the Holy Spirit. Then you will be my witnesses here in Jerusalem and in all countries as far as the ends of the earth." After he had said all this to his disciples, he was lifted up into the sky. A cloud came and concealed him. The disciples stared spellbound into the sky, but then 2 men in white garments were there with them. They said, "Why are you standing there gazing into the sky? Jesus, who has departed from you into heaven, will come again. You will recognize him." In chapter 93 of God Speaks to His Children, the ACN Child's Bible, we find the story of how Jesus leaves his disciples by going up into the sky, being concealed by a cloud. But before he goes, he makes 3 promises. First of all, he says, "I'm going to send you a helper." And he does. He sends the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is the Spirit of God. And the Holy Spirit of God lives inside his disciples. But that's a story for another day. But that was the first promise, that Jesus would send the Holy Spirit as their helper. The second promise that he made is that he'll come back. So just as he went up into the sky, into heaven, to be with his Father in heaven, so also he'll come from the sky down back to the earth in glory to be with us and to do his third promise. The third promise is that this time he'd take us with him up into heaven, up in the sky. So even though Jesus goes back into heaven to his Father by rising up into the sky, he does not leave us alone. He leaves us with 3 promises, and Jesus always does his promises. Remember the first promise, our helper, the Holy Spirit of God who lives inside us. The second promise, he'll come back in glory and joy. And the third promise, when he comes back, he's coming back to take us by the hand and to take us with him into heaven, to be with him, to be with his Father, and to be filled with God's Holy Spirit.